Guys, you see that disclaimer? Here's the lowdown. I am not a professional in this hobby. I stumbled my way through it. I have a great time learning new things. And I just happen to hit the record button on the camera so you guys can come along and watch me struggle all the way to success. So, one thing they're not gonna tell you, and by they and them, we don't need to get into politics right now, is they don't have a complete Minarelli engine install kit to this date. Not any that I saw. They just came out with an Avenger motor with a full complete kit, which I'm really interested in. So a few things you need to know about the Minarelli. You gotta buy the engine. The carb is separate. The tank and the chains and the sprockets, they have a separate kit minus the engine, so you have to buy that separately. I got the pipe at GoMaxIndustry.com. It has a completely different pipe than the China dolls, which the Minarelli has because the way the cylinder is, you need to have a joggle pipe. Did not know that when I first started that. Very expensive project. I've been working on it since August. Trying to scrape up money, trying to get this video, guys, produced for you. I really hope you enjoy this moving picture. It is a feature. Let me in there. Arrgh. Get out of my frame, you garbage. Oh boy. What do we got going on here today, guys? You can tell just by my face that I am very excited. Welcome back to ColdStart Garage. Welcome to a very fresh build of another motor bicycle. What's different about this motor bicycle build, Adam? It's 300% more horsepower than my first motor bicycle build. What do you mean by that? So what I mean by that is that I bought a Minarelli motor from California Motorbikes. They claim to be a 6 horsepower motor. Ultra Wildcat racing motor, 6 horse. We'll see. Oh, so much fun I'm having already. What the hell? Yeah, it's gonna be a sharp looking bike when it's all assembled. So Adam, why did you buy another beach cruiser? Especially a Kent Bayside. Well, you see, this one has the brakes, front and rear. And being that this guy is said to have 6 horsepower, I want to be able to stop. I mean, the crash site at the end of my journey will stop me, but I really don't want to go that way. There, installed. Looks great. So, yeah, it's just too damn bad. Because these fenders look sexy AF. They'll kill you though. Get those things off of there before we even get started putting them. I'll drive that. That's a nice car. That's nicer than anything I'm gonna build. Before we even get started, the first thing we do is the most important step of any build is installing your cup holder. I'm just not quite right in the head, I don't think. Okay, that's what we got so far. So now I gotta take it apart because we're gonna start right with the rear sprocket, guys, which is the heart and soul of this whole thing. And it's probably the hardest thing about a motor bicycle build. It's definitely something I have not been looking forward to since the last one I did. I wonder what it's gonna be like having good brakes. Yes, these are considered good brakes to me. Listen to this. Hey, little guy. Get out of there, bastard. Yeah, this paint job is atrocious. Well, that's gonna flake off. So, California Motorbikes, what are you doing? Yeah, it's supposed to do that, huh? Dang it. Junk fuel tank. I wonder if I should just get a different one. Well, you guessed it. I'm not made of money. I mean, This premium stripper was $20 for this can. You could get one of these for like 28 bucks. But I have a feeling I'll be stripping professionally in your town in no time. Oh, that's a lame joke. Yeah, I definitely don't have any, I don't do scripts. Maybe I should think about doing a script. That would probably be better content. So I'm gonna strip this tank. Now that'll give me the opportunity to, you know, prep it the correct way and make sure it's not flaking and doing all kinds of gross stuff. Then I'll red coat it. I need a dish. You think the wife will get upset if I use one of her dishes for a paint stripper? Yeah, better not. What the hell's in there? Chug-a-lug, chug-a-lug. It's already starting to blister. Yep, look at that. Blistering. That's what we want, right? Yeah, that's looking good now. Oh, are you kidding me? Look how much rust is underneath this. What a mess. This is just the way it looks after I stripped it. Definitely still got a lot of prep work to do yet. Dang it. Don't mind my mess. Yep, you guessed it. Well, fuel tank went right to the sandblaster. First time using it. Severely underpowered compressor, as you can hear. I'm gonna hook up this dust collection on this so I don't dust out my shop. I can already taste the sand in the air. That's what it looks like after the sandblast. It's looking pretty good. So I'm gonna clean that with acetone, and I'm gonna hit it with some primer. Very light first coat. I'm gonna hit it again with some more primer after this, and I'm gonna hit it with the true color. What I think about that. Looks great from here, trust me. You don't want to get any closer than this. Yep, you guys guessed it. It's got a 2-part clear coat on it now. So there's no rules. You can use a 2X rattle can paint right off the Walmart shelf or Lowe's or wherever. But you got to keep in mind, gas will melt this right off. So your best bet would get a 2-part clear coat with a catalyst and hardener and all that, and put it in a pre-val container. It's a glass bottle with a little air nozzle, goes pss, pss, screws on top. So I'm pretty happy with the way this tank turned out. It's not perfect, but that's my fault. Well, it's all my fault, isn't it? So we're gonna give this a shot. So you don't have an air compressor, you don't have painting equipment. What are you gonna do? Well, you're gonna go order yourself some pre-val kits, or go to Lowe's, or any other store that has them. A little glass bottle, a little air sprayer 9000. You can put pre-mix paints in there. You can put your own style paint, the 2 parts, whatever you need to do. And you'll just be able to get your job done without making excuses. Sprocket time. All right, so these should match. So you have to cut one of these. So you cut it and you feed it. Yeah, something like that. So the hardware is this guy here. It comes in the kit. I highly recommend taking this setup, getting your ass right over to Tractor Supply, Runnings, Lowe's, Home Depot, any hardware stores, and replace these. They are trash. Probably 10 bucks, you could have some of the best hardware you could ever want, and being it's such a critical piece, yeah, do the right thing. So I'm gonna do the wrong thing. And I'm just gonna get this situated here. That slit you found or you made, and you want to overlap that slit because you don't want the, wow, I can't finish the sentence. Guys, I can't do more than one thing at a time. If I'm talking, that's all I'm doing. If I'm working, I can't be talking. And just like that, we got ourselves a sprocket on a wheel, ready for all the horses. We're one step closer to doing burnouts on this. I mean, yeah, we wouldn't do that. Never in the history of this channel we ever do a burnout. So as you can see, I have it just on there loose so it floats around. Now as it spins, We gotta put this wheel back on, and we gotta get this true. Then we gotta torque it in a weird pattern and get it all good. So other than this being on the wrong orientation, I'm gonna take this back off with a bunch of other parts, send it through the sandblaster. I'm gonna paint them. That's all prepped. I'm gonna sandblast it and paint it. Ow. There you go. As good as it's gonna get. I think that's gonna look pretty sharp. It's just for a thumbnail, or just the sharpness of it. I don't know. We'll see. And there you have it. Right back to square one. Sprocket's on the correct way. I did not put it on tight yet because I gotta make sure it doesn't do this weird thing. And we'll show you how to do that. So I was gonna use these zip ties to place in around here, take up that gap, but it's too thick. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna eyeball this best I can, tighten a couple of these up, put the wheel back on the bike, and see what kind of elliptical alignment I have. So to the newbies of this, well, this channel and this hobby, this setup is a pain in the ass, but I have faith in you that you could do it. But if you had another, say 50 to 70 bucks, you get the sprocket adapter, and that should make your life a lot easier. I'm working on a budget right now. Basically, I've been buying parts all summer, and I am out of money. So I'm gonna start torculating this and getting her eyeballed in. Okay, you see this gap right here? Maybe you don't. See this gap right here? How it's a little thicker over here than it is here? So with these bolts barely tight, I'm just trying to just work the sprocket in so it looks gooder. You're not just gonna send two bolts extremely tight at either end, because you're gonna try to star pattern this in and gradually meet the torque you need to meet. So the sprocket's on loosely. Next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this back on the bike, mount it all back up, then I'm gonna check for the eccentric motion, and I'll explain why that's not a good idea to be too far out. Yep, I'm using rod guys. Overkill? Maybe. But have you ever had a tire try to come off on you going 40 miles an hour? I have. And I tell you what, makes the butthole pucker a little bit. Got scared. Luckily it was a rear tire. There's only one side. And yeah, it's on video. Gotta release the brakes. So the way I check to see if this is elliptically sound, I pedal it, and I take this. I mean, it's just a little off, but you have like I don't have the axle tight, but if you could check it and it's not too crazy, it should be good. Adam, what do you mean should be good? So if you have this sprocket one way or another too far on your axle, when this rotates, it could tighten your chain on your engine and break links. You don't want to do that when you're going 35 miles an hour or so. Oh, oh man. Whew. That needs to be tightened. Ugh, that's fun. What was that all about? Jeez, you son of a gun. Do you want to keep your kickstand? Well, I got a little advice for you. Use red Loctite on this screw here. On my stolen bike, I almost lost this son of a gun. And I don't want to leave my bike against stuff. I want a kickstand. Yeah, look at the quality of that lock washer. Dang it, you can't focus. Yep, it's all flattened out. That wasn't gonna do anything, so. That's enough. It's all over the place. Just weld it on there. Yeah. Okay, so what I was doing there, I was just trying to get a visual to see how my elliptical was going. It's going great this way. It's a little bit of wobble this way. I'll show you what I mean. Stop wiggling. See what I mean there? It's not much. My first motor bicycle was just about that as well. So I'm just gonna make sure those bolts are torqued and good, not over torqued, because you don't want to strip out the threads and all that good stuff. But I'm gonna call this sprocket good. I'm pretty happy with this line here. It was just a visual for the camera. Okay, it's time to do some handle grips, some gas tanks. This shifter's on the wrong side. I'm not gonna be able to use that because of the throttle. I need to look into getting a combo brake. So I got dual brakes here, but I want to have it on one handle. Yeah, let's get this clutch on too while we're at it. I moved the front brake over to this side. This brake is just going to be here for a little bit. I'm going to replace this handle eventually with a dual cable setup, so I can have both front and rear brakes on one handle. I'm going to put the throttle on. All right, so this is the kill switch. Separate in half, it has this little divot here. You're going to poke a hole in the handle in the correct orientation so your throttle so I'm just gonna give this a little smack with a hammer, I think, and that should give you a little divot for where this is gonna be. Yeah, kind of right there. I can see the outline. And now I'm gonna double check it because that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, as long as it floats good there. All right, poking holes. Wear safety glasses. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna put some safety glasses on, the cool yellow ones. Teens aren't people. That all set up. So there's a hole there, jam it in there. Bone that. Oh yeah. So front brakes here, clutch is over here. I utilized the right hand grip for the left hand side because of the gear shifter. I didn't want to use the kit one that comes with it just because it would be, my clutch would be all the way over here. I wasn't having that. So this looks pretty good. I might just, we're making progress now. I just want to shift this just ever so slightly. All right, yeah, I don't know if this is gonna work out here. Yeah, who knows? I'm just temp installing this right now just to see if I can get it even finagle on here. I might be able to get it fit there. Don't pry too hard. These welds break. No surprise if I get this all the way on there and it just leaks. All right, so I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna install this tank on this frame with the issues I've been having. Went down to Lowe's, got this plumbing strap for like $4. I'm gonna make a rear bracket for it. Let's get the sealant on this frame, the front bracket on, and fab up this rear bracket. Yeah, I want it as far forward as I could get it because it just looks better. Why sealant? Well, it's a little bit of gives you a little dampening effect. Then when it cures, it's kind of like a glue. Also prevent it from, hopefully, will prevent the tank from twisting left and right while you got vibrations and such. I've had pretty good luck with it in the past. Beautiful. Stop it. See what kind of mess I make. Can you even see my arm in the way? So we're gonna let this set up for a half hour, 45 minutes before I start tightening anything, or it'll just press all out there. I want that little thickness in between the tank and the frame, so it isolates the tank vibrations and all that. Just cinching it down so it has a little bit of, so it doesn't rotate on me anymore. It's looking pretty good. A little more here. Clean this up a little bit so it looks a little more professional. Professional. Finger in it. Gotta make it look good for the thumbnail now. Hopefully I get this on, but first things first. Adam, why are you doing that? Well, it has a fuel filter in line anyways. I don't know, we'll try that. What's the worst gonna happen? I'm just gonna get stranded. So in the process of trying to fold that over, cut my thumb a little bit. So the reason why I'm folding over so I don't have these sharp edges and I don't stag myself on the tank. So I just cut myself building it. So I'm gonna, just a little flesh wound. But it's right on the knuckle. Dang it. That wound deserves 2 beers, I think. I get 1 injury and I forget what I'm doing. So I'm gonna put it about halfway up, wrap it around this frame, and figure out which hole on the other side I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna go with that one. Wear gloves. There, homemade bracket. We'll see if she fits. Yep, she's gonna fit. So I'm gonna paint that because it looks gaudy like that. Do not over torque these. What will happen is, because these are straight food stamp China tanks, it will break this weld in here. And when you put fuel on it, it's just gonna rain. I did red coat this tank in preparation of that, just in case. But if you guys don't have the red coat, take it easy. But torque this just enough so this tank don't twist on you. You don't want to be riding down the road and this go dump all your fuel. There it is. Just like that. Fuel tank's fully installed. Fully. Now I'm gonna do the double brake lever up there. Love taking stuff back apart that I already put together. It's like a favorite hobby of mine. I could smash that, rip it off there, but hey, you never know when you need a brake lever. We'll do the bottom hole first. Now we gotta tighten up the brakes down here, and we'll do an op check on that. Look at that double brake action on one handle. Guys, I don't deserve anything this nice. Well, here we are. The next step is what you guys have been waiting for, the engine install. A little jam nut action. You actually gotta jam it. Slammo. Goes right in. Why not get a wrench at him? Shut up. Dang it. Went to the hardware store, got a couple bolts, 1.25 thread pitch. It's good stuff. Asked me how I know, because I had to go twice, got the wrong thread pitch the first time. Awesome. I'm just trying this. I don't know if I'm going to use it or not. Could definitely need more washers if I do use this plate. We'll use this plate instead. I know it's not pretty, but I don't know, I think that's too much of an angle there. It looks good though. I gotta do a little modification to the bolts because they're hitting the frame here. So when these are in permanently, it'll be something like that. Is it too much of an angle? But it mounts so good. I'm definitely gonna regret this later. The way these tighten up the points are facing the rail, so I gotta do something with that. Fell on it. I like it. Plenty of clearance now. Oh yeah. Plenty of space now. Get on there. You don't need those 2-3 threads. And I'm good at this, aren't I? I gotta check something before I go crazy. I would like to wrap this frame with some kind of black rubber tape, a layer or two, and just give it that little bit of goodness to it. Not putting rod Loctite on yet, because I gotta adjust the chain and all that. You can double nut those, I think. That's a good scene right there. Put my head in the way. Right in the way, okay. And that's gonna hit the case. We can fix that though. Okay, so I put the nuts on first. I'm just gonna go take the hacksaw to cut some of these threads off. And when I back these nuts off, I'll straighten out the threads. All right, see how those threads are kind of mauled over? Just back the nuts off. You feel the resistance, and I straighten out your threads. Modified U bracket. I'm gonna sandwich these nuts on this plate.
Yeah, that's what she said.
There's a lot going on here. with my spacers and lock washer. Yeah, we're having fun now. Fingers work. One of these nuts is a 14 for whatever reason. All right, so I'm gonna straighten this up, tighten these down, and the next movie we're gonna start messing around with the chain. Well, this is what you don't wanna do. That was stupid. Well, it's back on there. Got a little bit of my plumber's tape, silicone plumber's tape wrapped around. I'm not really liking that, but for now we're gonna leave it. I won't try to do anything too stupid. Pretty heavy duty chain. Where's the master link? There it is. Master link's already installed, so I'm gonna pop that. I'm gonna feed it through there, mark it. I got this chain breaker 9000. Don't lose your pieces, you gotta use them. See if I could do it with this one. I've never been inside this before. Jeez. Okay, so you got this guy, which is your clutch. So when this turns, there's a little flat spot on it. The flat spot rests on there normally, pushes that in, and this should release the friction on the edges. You'll turn this. Or, all right, so I got 3/4 on it. Ow! Don't do that. Oh, glad that was on camera. All right, so pinch on right here. Don't do that. Whew, that hurt my feelings, guys. That was stupid. My finger aches. We might be able to get that to stretch on there, guys. We might be able to do it. It's gonna be close. I don't know. Never used one of these before. Come on now. It's a pretty stiff chain. How much fun are we having? It's a whole length off. Great. Well, hold on here. Maybe that fixed it. Pay attention to what's going on. Ooh, she's gonna be tight. I might have to loosen up my engine mount, get this in, which is good. So it looks like we're not gonna need the tensioner 9000. All right, we're close. That's a lot better, more gooder. All right, so she's on there. I gotta put that master link in, and we gotta tighten the engine back down. So before I just do that, I'm gonna show you. So this chain is traveling this way because that's the forward motion, goes this way. So what we're gonna do, put that guy on. You're not even focused. So you see this clip here? You're gonna want it to face it, the round edge towards the direction of chain movement. So I know it's a little confusing because it's on the bottom, but just remember this is traveling this way. Nope, it's not on there all the way. So that's another thing, you gotta make sure you put it on all the way. There. All right, burning out. You know, feels pretty good. Starting to rain a little bit, should get the awning out. See that master link? It's in a good orientation. It's facing the sprocket. So it's a little chain. It's not too bad. I don't know, we'll try it. That looks like a good spot as any. What do you guys think? I'm gonna send it. Boom it. You don't need to worry about getting that back off. Not ever, because this is gonna work. Yep. Yep, fingers are working great. Okay. I wanna put black with black. I'm gonna put this red with this blue. I'm gonna put this black with this one. This is the kill switch. Put this one with this one. I'm gonna dress this all up nice. It's gonna look fantastic, just like that. There. That's good as it's gonna get for this moment. I thought I had some loom, but I think I gave it to that degenerate over there in Complete Toilet Garage, Mr. Wes. All right, so now we're gonna figure out the carburetor and clutch situation. All right. Enough of that. So I'll get you right in there. Maybe I can see better from the other side. So that's where the cameras are on that stupid thing. You see your windowed piston down there? Down in there. fingering it. Yeah, that's your piston. It looks like it has some windows. Then we got these reeds. Got the reeds, got this plate that mounts there. Then you got your Mikuni carb that mounts to that plate. You got your reeds here. You got your plate. Throw that on there. What kind of intakes do you guys use? I'm just gonna bolt it on directly to this plate. And that gives us another problem, which I'm gonna talk about after I get done threading this in. Focus. All right, so medium strength, high temperature. You might wanna take this off again sometime. Talk about this carburetor a little bit. So I'm gonna mount this in here. You see this clutch cable tree. So I'm gonna have to relocate that. Mount that there. Looks like I'm gonna have enough room. So with this carb, your clutch cable is gonna come through. And as you can see, I'm not gonna want the clutch cable rubbing against the carburetor. So I'm gonna try to build a tree on this side and just work it that way. I don't know, what do you guys do? I had to run the Tractor Supply to get more hardware naturally, because I was missing a nut for my CDI, and I didn't have any hardware for, my carburetor install. So we're gonna wing this. I got 2 different flavors. I don't know what I'm gonna use yet. That's gonna be way too long. Good thing I got another flavor to choose from. M6-1.00 times 16. We'll see if this is long enough. Ooh, it's the right thread. That's good. No Loctite yet. That's the 20mm Mikuni carb. This is the NT carb. I don't know if that's actually an NT, but it's definitely teeny tiny. Wow, is that small. Does it really need that much carburetor to run? Guys, I have no idea what I'm doing, but I'm having a great time trying to figure it out. I'm gonna leave this clip right on 3, right smack dab in the middle, and we'll figure it out from there after it's running. We'll pass hole there. That's awesome. Okay, let's get that on camera this time. All right, so there's that. There's the needle on set number 3. Here's a little cable locker 9000. There's that. So I'm gonna drop that, and it's home. God damn it. All right, so you know how that goes together. So I'm gonna do it again, but I'm gonna make sure I get all my springs and all my good stuff set up on it too. Yeah, you know, this stuff. Yeah, I know all this stuff here. Yeah, that would've been way too easy. Oh my gosh. Adam, I thought this was a lot harder than this. Okay, it is. I don't have enough fingers. There. Yep. That's the way I remember it. Oh. I am almost 40, guys. There you go. Oh, wow. It feels like a real throttle, guys. Check out this action. I'm impressed. There. That end's installed. You guys think I'm joking, but see there and there, here and there. Looks like it's just destined to be part of this. Let's fab something. Where we want to be. This could be a pretty custom piece. I'll try to beautify this a little bit. Sandblast it, paint it. I'm gonna probably shape it a little bit in here so it doesn't look so blocky. Is it ugly as sin? Hell yeah. It is rough. But, so I rebuilt it because this was way too ugly. I don't have the skill to do angles and curves and all that. We'll just stick with the basics, guys. I came out of the woods early for this guy. Got the notification. Shut up. I got a notification. This has arrived, so here I am. Let's get in there and look at it. Got a little joggle pipe. Oh yeah, yep. That's good stuff there. See if it fits. It's no fault to the person that sold me this pipe, but I wish there was a better description. Saying, hey, if you install this belly pipe, your kickstand might get in the way. So I got the clutch cable tree I'm gonna put right there. Hopefully that's good enough. We'll see. Fuck. Instead of taking my kickstand off, we're just gonna take a couple inches off this stinger a little bit so I just get the seat right. Oh boy. That's exactly what I want to do, is modify a $140 pipe. Awesome. That's what I want to be doing. Yep, modified. All right, guys, I'm being real with you. I think I have to lower the motor to clear this guy now. Man, I wish I went with the leg burner 9000 now, but it is what it is. And I got to remake my clutch bracket. I just need it just a little longer. That's what she said. So I'm gonna do that off camera because that'd be my third take on that. And god damn it, this is the kind of shit you're gonna run into assembling these things. Besides, the Minarelli engine install isn't really a straightforward kind of thing. You don't get full install kits, at least none I've seen. I'm just trying to figure this out. All right, back to work. It's not built nice unless you build it twice. Yeah, so it's time to take the motor back off, adjust her down, and get this belly plate back on. Get the belly plate on. So in the process of removing this edging and reinstalling it, did not give me any more clearance for the pipe, but I did get rid of that food stamp forward mount. Guys, have you ever bought a $145 pipe and immediately have to modify it to get it to fit? I wish I did just a little bit of research and just went with the leg burner 9000. This would have been all done. But no, I gotta bend this to get the angle of the dangle correct. Dang it. Oof, it's right in my face. Ooh. Oh yeah, I almost folded the goddamn thing. That's a spec, right? Well, here we are. It's pretty late in this build, pretty late in the year. The pipe is modified. I'm not quite done with it yet. I gotta throw it in the sandblaster and hit it with some rattle can 2000 degree high temp paint. But we're right up to the point where we're getting ready to wrap this up. You gotta clutch the plumb, got the bracket. I gotta get the fuel petcock situated. Where the hell my knife go? Fingers aren't working. I gotta remember the gasket at them. What the hell is dripping on me? Ooh, this one's gonna be interesting. Okay, so I could, come on finger. There, can't see nothing over my traps now. Like, ow! Yeah, this pipe, it was not the plan to modify it. It just happened to happen that way. If I did think I had a little bit of foresight, possibly experience, maybe an IQ higher than 48, I would have had this dialed in. If you didn't think for a second that I wasn't just gonna use what I have laying around to mock something up, yeah, another thing coming. I should probably shut the front door. Heh, slam-o. Precise measurement. Hold on. All right, we'll measure. Yeah, but who are you kidding? I can't read that. All right, I'm just gonna cut it here. Yeah, it's really cool what you can build with a Sawzall and a vise. And I built it too short. All right, we'll do that again, but I'll add another inch to it. Fuck. All right, we're gonna be able to do something with this one way or another. This is what we're gonna use to seal this petcock in. Okay. So all that came apart. Okay, back to the fire and heat. I gotta twist this muffler in just a little bit. Look at that. Really close, but it should be fine. I need to sandblast this whole pipe. That's still hot. I'm gonna sandblast this, and this pipe will be fully installed. Wow. Major oversight on my part there, guys. Hope you learned something from me. Don't do that, especially with this style frame. I think this is more for the gas tank bikes, where the motor sits differently and the cranks for the pedals are different. I made it work. Come on now. Yeah, it looks good. Right there. There's fuel direction on the fuel filter. Get on there. I'm gonna push my bike right over. It's a little cold out here. It's like 40 degrees. Perfect. That looks like something. Okay, let's get this clutch tree installed there. I gotta poke a bigger hole in this. And we'll be done with the clutch, guys. I might have to do something wiring there. Doing something. Who the hell knows if I'm doing it right, though? We'll figure out that routing. We'll figure this routing out somehow. I'm just trying to get it loosely in right now. Well, that's in real time. 3 minutes from that bracket to this. Time to take this pipe off to sandblast it for obvious reasons. Brr. There, we got heat. Setting up the dust collection. All right, you get the point. It's chilly. It's end of November, right after Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving was yesterday. I'm gonna sandblast this. Then I'm gonna hit it with 2,000 degree temperature paint. What a year. Plan B. So this paint is actually on there a lot better, especially the stuff I didn't hit with a torch. And it takes forever to get it sandblasted. So I'm gonna strip it off, then sandblast it, which should reduce my time significantly. Okay guys, gel coat is a little too strong for me. You guys ever get so fed up with your shop that you stop whatever project you're doing just to start cleaning it? Yeah, I'm at that point. What the hell was that? Well, there's one side. Time to do the other. Yep. Well, there it is, all sandblasted. Just took 3 hours. Paint stripper was the ticket to taking the first layer off. I hit it with a torch, and I sandblasted her. So next up is clean this up with some ISO, let it dry, then throw some 2,000 degree paint on it, and hopefully it sticks. Got all the heats going. Got the fans in the ceiling to keep the heats out of the ceiling. Carrying my beautiful paint job on this. This is probably the best paint job I've done yet. It's also the easiest. That 2,000 degree paint goes on awesome. Okay, we're having a good time now. I was told you could take a micro cloth on this and buff out the flatness. We're gonna give that a shot. Well, I don't have a micro cloth, but I got a rag. It's clean. What do you say? Maybe the camera don't do it justice, but it is definitely softer here, more shinier than here. Well, that's as buffed as I'm gonna get it. I'm happy with the way this turned out. Kinda bummed that I didn't take time to make sure it fit my bike before I got it. But it's all corrected now. It's fit, formed, and functioned. Let's go put this back on. Well, here we are. It's cold outside, so I'm gonna put the pipe on in here and finish the finishing touches. See the wires right there? I had one of the terminal barrels pull off, so I got a new box right there, right by my vise. Then this thing will be ready to tidy this up and take it for a rip. A square nut. It's a square nut, guys. Gotta admit, this will be a little easier on my table. Hold on. A little joggle. That should be more gutter. Wish I had a bigger shop. Well, it looks like I have one, kinda, now. There. I'll tighten that up and get back to you. Got a little wire I gotta put on there. I don't have proper crimpers for this. Well, let's try that again, but better. I don't know if you're even in frame. There, like no. Well, that not a heat shrink? We'll leave that one alone. Yeah, right. Burns me. Dad, why don't you use the heat gun? I know you have one. Is that a lighter in my pocket? That's why. I'm gonna dress this up with some zip ties. I would say the assembly of this motor bicycle, this Minarelli build, is complete. And after a complete build, you know what we do next. Take for a rip. So I got the world's cheapest 2-cycle motor oil for break-in. I'm gonna do a 32-to-1, which is 4 ounces per 1 gallon of gas, which I have 90 octane, no ethanol, which is all I could get at my local convenience store, which is a shame, so I want to run like I want to run 91 or 93, but I'm just gonna focus on you know, breaking this in without blowing it up, which hopefully that doesn't do it to me. So I'm gonna make a special concoction this time to make it just a little bit more better. So I'm gonna put, so we got this fancy cup I got off Amazon because I'm sick and tired trying to use the wife's measuring cups. I'm gonna put 3 quarts of this, or yeah, 3 ounces of this. There's 2, there's 3. There it is, right where I left it. Hey, you guys are gonna hate me. I'm gonna do an ounce of Klotz outboard oil, just for the smells. Just a little bit. It'll be fine. I promise you. Am I recommending you guys to do special concoctions like this? Absolutely not. Just let me try it. How many of you in the comments are pissed off at me right now? Oh, you can't use outboard oil in air-cooled machines. It's not liquid-cooled. Shut up. I promise you, for what I'm going to use it for, it'll be fine. 1 gallon of 90 non-ethanol. Why you decide to go with cheap oil, Adam? I did hone the iron cylinder. Couple passes. Can't tell you where I did it, but I did it. And I want to do a more gooder break-in than I did last time. I'm just making sure. Who am I kidding? I just want to see it smoke, guys. That's all. Taking it. That's enough for watching me mix gas. Yeah. Whew. Everything's so bumpy. All right, there it is. Everything in its glory. Yeah. First time putting gas in it. Ooh. Like I was saying before, the cylinder's honed, so I shouldn't expect any soft seizures. This head is just, it's stock. We'll deal with that next year. But right now, I'm gonna put a little gas in her. This tank is clear coated, so I don't expect it to bubble up. Yeah, the gas is, it's moving. Let's get a little more gas in it than that though, just a little bit. I'm gonna try to get this bowl to fill up. There we go, there I made a mess. The bowl's filled. I'm gonna adjust this. 1, 2.5. Choked. Yeah, just drained just a little bit of gas out of the bowl to make sure I had fuel, because I don't like pedaling. Weird. Electricals are good. Smells like gas over here. I don't see anything leaking. Guys, I'm gonna go suit up. You're ready to take this for a rip. Do I look like a dweeb? This coat's a little tight. I stalled it. Yeah, I need to fine tune that carb. Whew. All right. Cold. We're trying to get it idle. Safety glasses is a good idea when you're riding, because I don't have a full face. Well, I do have a full face. You know what I mean? Full face helmet. I mean, turn my heat off. Smash! Ugh. That's embarrassing. Not this way. There's a cop down there. Oh, I gotta go puke. Just hide this here. I don't feel so good. Okay, that was stupid. Holy Christ. Oh, mouth sweats. You see that? My choke kept popping out. My idle is way, way too high. So we're gonna dial it back down here. Man, I need a beer. I need to work on my cardio. Holy shit. Lord. Alright, you watch me dying off. Oh boy, guys. So from the last video to this video, I'm gonna lower the idle back down, which is a little closer with this screw here. And then I'm gonna get in here. I'm gonna raise the needle one clip. So it's in the middle, so I'm gonna put it one more down so the needle should raise up a little bit. This thing is stubborn as hell to get running, so almost died. And another thing, my choke was hand tight, so I'm gonna put a wrench on that. All right, so I pulled the plug. It doesn't even look like it has much of a gap in there, and it is crossy. But I'm still gonna adjust this a little bit. I'm gonna gap that, and I gotta figure out what's going on there. All right, so I just did a little Google search. Minarelli Sparkplug is supposed to be gapped between 24 and 26 thousandths gap. I bought this when I got my first car in 2003. I had to weasel that in there, and she is tight. I know it's pretty basic stuff to a lot of you, but it's showing you it's really easy to overlook. There, that's a lot better. So I'm gonna clean that up, put that back in. I don't recommend using the ones they give you, but just for the sake of what I have on hand right now, that's what I'm gonna use. Yeah, you gotta be careful. It is hot. So I'm gonna move this clip down one click, which will raise the needle just a little bit, and we'll see what that does. There. And I'm not hesitant adjusting this because it's really easy to do. Just don't lose your clip. Okay, I'm gonna put it back together and put the plug back in. See what that did. Yeah, it was definitely acting like it fouled out. I'm thinking it has to do with that spark plug gap, the way I have the idle set, and just the way it is. But I'm gonna replace that plug as soon as I think about it, which I should probably order something soon. Spark plug's clean, the needle's adjusted, and the choke has been tightened, and I backed this off, probably a good turn. Hopefully we'll get a good idle out of it now and actually get some good footage for you guys. We'll see what my adjustments did. Yeah, she's starving for fuel. I'm gonna try covering the carb mouth. There we go. Back to the drawing board. Yarg! Guys, I don't know how to ask you. I need your help. I'm trying to grow a channel over here. Trying to get it so I get more viewers like you guys. You guys keep coming back, watch me. I don't know why, but appreciate it. If you guys got the time, you hit the share button. Send this stuff to wherever you want to send it. It'd really help me out. The more views I get, the more content I can build. Just trying to build movies here. B8HS, got an NGK, that's going in there. But I think the problem we're having is I need to rejet that carb off, dump gas right into the intake. She fires right up, watch. Gas stopper 9000, carburetor's back off. I'm just gonna verify what jets is in this. I know it has a 92, I wanna know what style, because I gotta put them on order. What are you doing? You know, just playing. I'll put some gas in there. Wow, that's loud. Woo! That was fun. That was fun. Good thing I only have one good ear. And I don't know if you guys could tell, I almost went and plugged my bad ear. Like, oh, that's not gonna work. Jets are back in it, the stock ones. I bought an air filter. It seems like it's pretty high flow, so we'll see how that works. And I think I misunderstood air mixture jet. So what I was told is I gotta turn this in and back it off a half a flat. Before I have it out for one. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's barely seated. We're just gonna go a quarter. We'll see what that gets us.
Dang it.
Well, I went with a low profile on purpose. It's not low profile enough. I'm just gonna try to bump start it in here with a tire. I got the air mixture screw turned almost all the way in. Have the choke pulled. I really don't suspect much, but I'm just having the camera rolling just in case. Nah, I'm gonna give it a little snort of gas up right there. All right, let's try that. I put a little splash of gas in the mouthful of the carburetor. Let me open my shed door. You're an asshole. You hurt my hands. All the way closed. Oh, I know what it is. It's not getting directly in there because that reed plate is not the same diameter as that carburetor. So when I dump gas in the mouth of the carburetor, it's not going directly into the reeds. But I fixed that.
Flood it. Ain't right to nothing.
Good enough. Oh, see you. All right, so air mixture screw is fully seated. The gas clip on the carburetor is 2 notches from the top, so we got a little 4-stroking going on, especially mid-range. I suspect an air leak between the carburetor and the intake. That's why I'm getting a little weird idle responses when I pull the clutch in. You'll see here in a minute. You heard it a little bit right there. I killed it. Hey, I'm repeating. Starts right up. I'm constantly looking over my shoulder. Sorry, guys. I don't have any mirrors. I'm just trying not to get ran over. I love this Minarelli build. I'm having a great time. She picks up a little quicker than my Zeta 80 that I used to have, the one that got stolen from me. The next video I'm going to really dial in the carburetor because she's not running quite right. Right here, check this out. Huh. Oh, that's fun. Yeah, 140. 200. 200. Get right in there. 227-ish. 120. It's not running great. It was running a hell of a lot better than it was. The next time you see this Minarelli, we're gonna fine tune that carb. Get the idle down. I gotta break it in properly. I don't know when that's gonna be. It's probably gonna be spring, guys. Realistically, I think it's time to bring this back in the shed and see what came loose on it. Then, yeah, good stuff. Fingering it. Oh, my O-ring is hanging down. Ew. That's a lame joke. Guys, thanks for watching my full, complete build of the Minarelli. Whew. The project's been ongoing since September, right until December 18th. Finished editing this for you, and I'm going to ship it right in time for Christmas. If you want to watch more on this Minarelli, the playlist is right here. If you want to watch my very first motor bicycle build ever, 10 movies, playlist right here. Thanks for watching ColdStart Garage.